When you sent your letter to the president, in knowing, as I'm sure you do, that he gets thousands and thousands of letters a day, what was your biggest hope for what would happen to that letter?
Really just that I would be accounted for somewhere in statistics.
There's a framed letter that hangs in my office right now. It was sent to me during the health care debate by a woman named Natoma Canfields. For years and years, Natoma did everything right. She bought health insurance, she paid her premiums on time, but 18 years ago, Natoma was diagnosed with cancer. And even though she'd been cancer-free for more than a decade, her insurance company kept jacking up her rates year after year. And despite her desire to keep her coverage, despite her fears that she would get sick again, she had to surrender her health insurance and was forced to hang her fortunes on chance. I carried Natoma's story with me every day of the fight to pass this law.
Joining me now by phone is Natoma Canfield. Natoma, thank you very much for joining me tonight. And I know that 2 years ago, all you were expecting was that your letter would be dropped in the pile and marked as one more in favor of the president's health care reform. That letter's had an amazing journey. The president talked about it today, that he carried it in his pocket every day when he was fighting for this bill. How did that make you feel to hear what the president said today?
It was just a very big honor.
And when we talked a couple of years ago, you were then undergoing chemo and radiation treatments. The first thing I want to know is how is your health today? The president said that you're now well.
Yeah, I'm cancer-free. Yes, I'm well. I've got a long way to go before I'm physically and mentally back to where I was. But I'm gonna beat this thing.
And there's a passage of your letter that I remembered reading today, and I looked at it again. It said, "I live in the house my mother and father built in 1958, and I am so afraid of the possibility I might lose this as a result of my being forced to drop my health care insurance." Are you still living in that house?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's great to hear. And what happened to your coverage? You're not still in the private health insurance area, are you?
No. After I dropped my coverage, my worst fears came true. You know, I collapsed at work, and they sent the ambulance for me, and I found out I had leukemia. And from that, the Cleveland Clinic helped me get on disability and Medicare, CAID. And then you can be on Medicaid for 2 years, and now I'm on Medicare.
Yeah, it's a special provision of Medicare that allows you, and you're just 53 years old. You're younger than the qualifying age, but in the disability. Yes. Natoma, the president called you today.
Yes, he did.
And what did you talk about?
Well, first of all, he asked how my sister was. She had introduced him at Strongsville, Ohio, when he came, and she and my brother had gone to the signing of the health care bill. And then he asked how I was, and he told me I was welcome to come to his office and see my letter hanging up in his office anytime I wanted.
Well, I hope you get a chance to do that. Natoma Canfield, thank you very much for joining me on the show once again tonight.
You're welcome.